Glory to Jesus Christ, and welcome to St. Cyril Methodius Ukrainian Orthodox Church in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Father Gregory, the pastor. It is Sunday, November 10th. Time is going by quickly. Yesterday we had a baptism. I baptized, thank God, one of the undergraduates at the university. And in my sermon after the baptism, I made the comment that in the New Testament, there is no such thing as being saved in private. What I mean by that is that the model that has become very popular in American Christianity, and even I think in some ways has begun to influence Orthodox Christians, is this idea that I can kneel down in my bedroom at my bed, say the Jesus prayer, and stand up and I'm a Christian. There's no grounds for that. There's no foundation for that in the New Testament. Whenever someone experiences the saving grace of God in the New Testament, whenever someone commits his life to Jesus Christ, or maybe more accurately, when Jesus Christ reveals himself to an individual, it always happens in public. We need to look only we don't need to look only at St. Dismas, the good thief on the cross, who hears from Jesus, "Today, this day you will be with me in paradise." He repents, he commits his life to Jesus Christ, and all of this happens publicly. And again and again and again in the New Testament, every act of repentance, every willingness to commit one's life to Christ happens in a public context. There are other people around who witness that event. Now, that doesn't mean that the grace of God wasn't operating privately in the person's heart, in a secret way in the person's heart prior to that moment of conversion, or that afterwards the grace is no longer operating in the secret of the heart. It is, to be sure, but to become a Christian is always a public act. Not just subsequent to one's repentance, but one's repentance itself is public, which is why we begin the Christian life in baptism. We become Orthodox Christians at baptism. We do not become Orthodox Christians because we agree with the church. We don't become Orthodox Christians because we feel like we want to do that. Sometimes I will hear from inquirers or catechumens that in my heart I'm already Orthodox. Well, I appreciate that's a very fine sentiment, and certainly one that we can accept. But the reality is, we don't become Orthodox in truth. We don't become Christians in truth until we have done so publicly in baptism. Even the martyrs, even if they are not baptized publicly in water, they are baptized publicly in blood. And this is the consistent action of the martyrs from the New Testament era to the 21 martyrs, Coptic martyrs in Libya not so long ago. Everyone who becomes a Christian because he or she publicly professes their faith in Jesus Christ and is subsequently baptized, either by water or by blood. Are there, as some theologians have speculated, Christians by desire, secret Christians? A problematic term, but we can hold open the possibility that there are some Christians, some who are not known to the church, who are known to God. But that's a different category. That's on the category of the grace of God working secretly in the human heart. And we hold open that possibility. But for someone to say, "I am a Christian," requires that proclamation be public, and that it be sealed in public, and that the beginning of the Christian life is in the public act of baptism. It's a very hard thing for people in our culture to understand, and yet it's something that we have to come back to again and again and again. We cannot become Christian simply by saying a prayer at our bedside. We cannot become Christians simply because of a psychological experience. We have to go through the public sacrament of baptism, at least in the ordinary circumstances. And the extraordinary circumstances are martyrdom. So my brothers and sisters, this is the option. Get baptized or suffer and die for Jesus Christ. There's no middle ground that we know of in the scriptures or in church history. Well, it's coming up on it's after 8 o'clock, and I have to go get ready for liturgy, but it's good to be with you this morning. If you would like to learn more about what it means to become a Christian, then why not come to St. Cyril and Methodius at 1020 Regent Street in downtown Madison this morning for liturgy at 9:30 and, begin to inquire what that means. If you're not able to get to liturgy here in Madison, because maybe try to get to liturgy in an Orthodox church where you are. But begin that process. Begin that process today of making that public commitment to Jesus Christ and to being publicly received into his body, the church, through holy baptism. All right. Well, have a good Sunday, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.